Hey everybody, it's Gigi here from Your Life in Finance, and today I'm going to talk to you about a finance related topic. So I want to start diving into some of the questions as well as the topics that I feel are important to, young women, young millennials, or whoever out there is just seeking some personal finance, advice, or just they don't know where to navigate. So we're going to get into that, but before I start diving into specific topics, I want to first start at the bottom, which is why some of us are still struggling. So today I'm going to talk about why you're still broke. So this is a topic that I can go on and on and on about, but there are a few things that I want to highlight from this topic. If you see me looking down, it's because I took some notes in my phone. So first I want to start with, there's a quote that says, the biggest barrier to becoming rich is living like you're rich before you really are. So a lot of us suffer from this syndrome, and it comes from various sources, but I'm going to break down a few, and hopefully if you find out first what your problem is, then you can work on fixing it and getting better. They say the first step to getting help is first admitting that you have a problem and that you need help. So we're gonna, start at the bottom, and then, weekly I'll start diving into different personal finance details. And if you guys have any specific topics that you want some, guidance on, just let me know. So the first reason why you're still broke would be because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. And the first thing you need to do is just stop. So to break that down into a little more detail is, your colleague or your friends are driving certain cars, they might have certain bags, and you start to feel like, hey, if, they can, why can't I? Or you don't want to feel less than, so you feel the need to have what they have so that you can feel better about yourself. Now, this isn't something that's abnormal. A lot of people struggle from this, but you have to learn how to make your own decisions and guide yourself. Because for one, that bag or that car that this other person is driving, you may not even know the ins and outs of their lives. They can be struggling to make that car payment. That bag could be rented. So you want to live within your own means, and you want to get things that you can reasonably afford. And by doing that, you want to spend less than what you make. You don't want to overspend, because then that leaves you in the negative. So the next reason why you're still broke is maintaining a lifestyle that you cannot afford. Now, this is beyond just trying to keep up. You're now, driving that car, you're buying those bags, and you're literally, continuing this force of habit. And now you're stuck with overdue bills or maxed out credit cards, bill collectors calling you. And in this case, you're trying to save face, so you're trying to steady keep up with the things that you've bought and purchased and the things that you're walking around in, when in all reality you can barely keep your head above water. So back to what I was saying with the first reason why you're still broke. Stop trying to keep up with other people. And even if you're not trying to keep up with other people, it's just things that you want or you acquire for yourself. If you cannot afford them, wait. These things aren't going anywhere. When you're able to afford them, then you go ahead and you splurge, because I can bet you 9 times out of 10 you feel horrible when you make those purchases, knowing that you can't afford them, or you had to rob Peter to pay Paul in order to get these things. Then who wants that? You want to be able to make purchases with a clear conscience, knowing that you actually genuinely do deserve that thing, whatever it may be. So the next thing is mismanagement of money. So this can be from someone who is wealthy and making good money, or from someone who might not be making as much money, but you just don't know how to handle the funds that you're given. So the first thing with that I would always suggest is creating a budget. You want to be able to track your spending and see where is it that you're going wrong. That's the first step, and from there you can then start to get a handle on what you're doing with your money, and be able to then start to plan out what you should be spending on, and then from there determine what those wants are and what you can afford from those wants. Because remember, you want to be paying your bills and saving first, not with what's left over. What's left over is what you play with. You first pay yourself, you pay your bills, and then you decide what's left over for you to play with. So the third thing is lacking financial goals. So sometimes if you're just wandering through life with no clear direction, you tend to make bad decisions. And that's the same thing it goes for finances. You have to set goals. I tell people, you treat your finances the same way you would do anything else in life. You need a clear path. You need a direction. Your financial goal could be pay off a certain credit card by a certain amount of time, or save a certain amount of money, save for a down payment. Whatever it is that you aspire to financially, you need to make clear-cut goals that are attainable and give yourself a deadline to achieve those. And once you do that, you go back to your budget and you start to plan out how you will actually achieve that goal by that designated time. Now, me personally, I set anywhere between 3 to 5 financial goals a year, and they range from paying off a certain amount of my student loan debt, increasing my emergency fund by a certain amount of time, investing in something, whatever it may be. But the same way you're setting goals for your personal life or whatever it is that you want to attain, professionally, you should do the same thing with your money. Next is impulse shopping. Impulse shopping is the devil, and it's something, honestly, that I also struggled with. But I'm one of those people that I do feel bad when I quickly buy something and it was something that I didn't think through, and I know there's something else I could have done better with that money, or there's this financial goal that I have in the back of my mind knowing that money shouldn't have been spent on that. And who wants to feel like that? The decisions that you make should be intentional, meaning you meant to make that decision. So I think getting a hold on the things that cause you to jump up, whether it be, keeping that shopping cart full when you're online shopping, or going into certain stores that you can't leave without buying something, or visiting certain websites that just grab you in and make you want to buy something. In order to achieve your financial goals and to get your money in order, you have to be consistent, and it really does take discipline. And although the things it take may seem so simple, it really is a learning process. And I'm an accountant, and I've been an accountant for the past 6 years, and it's still a struggle certain times to manage my money, because I love traveling and I love new experiences. But sometimes I have to say, I have to sacrifice something in order to reach that goal it is that I'm trying to attain. And I'll thank myself later, because then later I can jump up at a lot of other things, because I've handled that financial responsibility, and I don't like having things, hanging over my head. So it's something that I feel like you should definitely plan out, make intentional. If you have an event coming up where you need something to wear, put that in your budget, and budget a specific amount. So when you go into the store, I have $50 to get whatever it is that I need. If it's anything over 50, guess what? You can't have it. You got to look for something within your budget. Be intentional. That is really key. Intention, discipline, and consistency. And I promise you that as you do it, the more and more you do it, you will get comfortable, and it will become a force of habit. Lastly is entitlement. I think that a lot of career women or people that have gone to school, graduating, got degrees, suffer from this a lot. So it's I'm working this job 40 plus hours. I'm making this money. I did not get a job so that I can live to pay bills. So you start to feel like, you know what? I deserve those shoes, or I deserve that bag. I deserve to go on that trip. And while you may deserve it because you work hard, you don't want to attain that by foregoing something else that is a responsibility. You have to learn how to prioritize your expenses, and you have to learn how to separate your needs versus want. And that will help you to dictate where your money should go. So that's just an overall view of the reasons why some people remain broke. And I challenge you guys to really search and figure out what your triggers are, so that you can first start there and then work your way up. So that's it for this video. Like I said, I'm gonna really start diving into a lot of personal finance topics. If you guys have anything specific that you want to learn about, please comment and let me know, and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.